How is graphing a system of inequalities similar to graphing a system of equations? How are they different? So we're going to solve this system of inequalities by graphing. Notice both equations are in slope-intercept form, so we can immediately just graph these two equations. So if we start, to these two inequalities. If we start with the first inequality, y is greater than negative 2x plus 1. The y-intercept is 1, so we'll begin by putting a point on the y-intercept. The slope is negative 2. So starting from the y-intercept, we're going to go down 2 and to the right 1. And we can continue this until we run out of room. Now, we can also move up 2 and to the left 1 to finish out that line. Now, here's where an inequality changes from an equation. Notice that my inequality symbol is greater than, and it's not equal to, it's just greater than. So since it's just greater than, we're going to use a dotted line instead of a solid line to draw our graph. The other difference is when it comes to shading. We didn't have to shade with equations, we do have to shade with inequalities. So we actually want to shade the numbers that would be greater than negative 2x plus 1. So we're actually going to shade to the right of this line. And one way that you can determine where to shade, if you look at the y-intercept for this blue line was a positive 1. Well, numbers on the y-axis that are greater than 1 would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you'll notice, when I finished shading, those are the numbers on the y-axis that were shaded blue. Now let's look at the green inequality. Y is less than or equal to x plus 3. It's in slope-intercept form. I'm going to graph my y-intercept first, which is a positive 3. My slope is a positive 1. So starting at the y-intercept, we rise 1 and run 1. I run out of room, so then I can go down 1 and to the left 1 to finish out that line. Now this time, we can use a solid line because it's less than or equal to. And equal to means that it can be on that line, or a solution can lie on that line. Whoops, I didn't want a highlighter. I actually wanted a line. So we're going to draw a solid line for the green inequality. Then the shading, well, because it's less than or equal to, my y-intercept is 3, so numbers on the y-axis that are less than 3 would be 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. And all of those numbers lie below that line. So I'm going to shade everything below the green line. So that's how you would graph a system of inequalities. We will talk about solutions tomorrow, but for tonight I want you to make sure that you understand how to graph an inequality, pay attention to whether it should be a dotted line or solid line, and pay attention to what side you should be shading. So if you will, please practice this system. Y is less than 2x plus 2, and y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 3.